Okay, welcome to Julia's poetry by Candlelight, and this is a more sombre aspect of my personality. Just to warn everybody, I was earlier listening to the play-out music from the film Pride, which is one of my favourite films of all time. And for those of you who don't know, I went on the Clause 28 march in 1988 in Manchester. I was very proud to have gone on that march to support, to protest against Thatcher's Clause 28. It's why I never vote Tory, because I've never forgiven her for that. Anyway, I don't really do politics on here. I'm not doing politics. This is not what this is about. But on a serious note, I'm just about to read a poem by Housman about being a gay, I do mean gay man, in a time before tolerance, okay? So this is Housman, and it's not actually called anything, but I call it They're Taking Him to Prison for the Colour of His Hair. And of course that's a euphemism for being gay, because it was, you couldn't speak, it really was the love that dare not speak its name. Okay, so, oh, who is that young sinner with the handcuffs on his wrists? And what has he been after, that they groan and shake their fists? And wherefore is he wearing such a conscience-stricken air? Oh, they're taking him to prison for the colour of his hair. 'Tis a shame to human nature, such a head of hair as his. In the good old time 'twas hanging for the colour that it is. Though hanging isn't bad enough, and flaying would be fair, for the nameless and abominable colour of his hair. Oh, a deal of pains he's taken, and a pretty price he's paid, to hide his poll or diet of a mentionable shade. But they've pulled the beggar's hat off for all the world to see and stare, and they're taking him to justice for the colour of his hair. Now 'tis oakum for his fingers, and the treadmill for his feet, and the quarry gang on Portland in the cold and in the heat, and between his spells of labour in the time he has to spare, he will curse the God that made him for the colour of his hair. Thank you for listening to that particular recitation. Housman is a favourite of mine, so I wanted to share that, but also because, like I said, I watched the film Pride many times, and tonight I was listening to the Welsh choirs, and Billy Bragg singing Power of the Union, and I cried and I cried and I cried, because it's beautiful. And because I wish the world could be like that. I wish everybody that has to take crap from, I don't know, the authorities, whatever you want to call them, could just pull together and say, we're not having it anymore. And that's what happens in the film Pride. And so it's joyous and it's sad and it just has everything you could ever want in a film. This is not an advert, by the way. Thank you for listening to Julia's poetry by Candlelight.